All right, everybody, this is my update video for the month of September. A couple of days late, but hell, there's a lot of shit I want to get to in this COVID video. The reason you haven't seen it is because I've been there's one thing I have to do on it, and I actually got it in segments. I'm doing it in little different segments, and I'm almost done until the end of it. And the reason I'm kind of putting it off has been 2 months right now that I've gotten out of the hospital, and I wanted to see what the side effects I was getting, because there's a few that I want to talk about that I'm getting. None of them too serious, but there's a few that I want to talk about and talk about my recovery from it. So I want to put that all in a video. It's actually going to be a pretty long video, but I wanted to talk about that. But that video is coming out soon. I have question and answer videos that I want to talk about too. A lot of just give you guys a prime example. I'm working on them too right now. These are all the question and answers. I bet there's 100 freaking pages there on question and answers. So those I'm getting to right after I finish this video. I'm going to talk about some of those, and I'll put that video out this week. Our coming up next week. I think we're going on vacation this week. Ancestry Dna. That's a video I've been wanting to put out. It's actually have nothing to do with softball. It's going to have everything to do with little stories I was told as a kid by my grandmother, and I never talked about them, but I wanted to make sure that they were true. And because you know, your grandparents tell you stuff when you're growing up and you're a kid, and you really don't believe them, because a lot of stuff that my grandmother was talking about was like unbelievable. So I never really talked about it, not even to my kids or my wife, until I actually got on Ancestry.com and I started building my tree. But once I built my tree, I started understanding what she was talking about, and then I got my Ancestry DNA checked. So from Ancestry, so that's the reason I said Ancestry DNA. So I want to talk about, that's another thing too that I want to get into. I want to talk about this one. A lot of you guys have been talking to me about the balls, and I want to do a review on this, and it's going to be separate, but I'm just going to talk about stuff that I have going on through this month of September that I want to get to. A lot of you guys are telling me that the rock balls have been dumbed down a little bit. Not where it's a lot, but a lot of you guys are noticing it. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And the ones that have rock on the outside of 44 400s and the 44 375s, those are the ones that they're talking about. And before I want to spoil it, but I want to talk about that in the video, and tell you the change that I've seen in the rock balls that we hit. And then that's a totally separate video that I want to talk about. A lot of you guys asking me about the Mag 7. They are not making the Mag 7. They start making them again in September, from what I was told from Mikan on my 7th phone call to them. Finally got a hold of somebody, but I can understand why, because they opened up and are talking. They're processing orders right now. So they told me the first week of September they were going to start manufacturing again and get them out, get all the because they ran out, I guess, of them, and they were going to get them out. Well, I kind of told them I didn't want the Mag 7 anymore. I got 2 Johnny Baileys on the way, so those 2 have ran out. If you guys trying to find a Johnny Bailey, Mikan doesn't have them. If you're going to get it from a rep, get them from a rep, because Mikan does not have Johnny Bailey's bats. So I ordered 2 27s in exchange for the Mag 7s. And I'll talk to you guys about that later, the Mag 7. But anyway, those are due to be shipped out in September, by the 2nd week of September. Oh man, Worlds. I'm just glad to see that there's going to be a World Tournament. As of about a month ago, I was told it's not going to happen, but now they're actually putting them, the first round, they're actually putting them in Utah, Canyon. It was the place we played at in Utah last month, and that's the place that we're going to play again. The 55 Major Plus and the 60s Major Plus are going to be at the same complex, and in the canyons. And the good part about that is I'm playing 55s, but if they need me on 60s, I can just go over there and play 60s on the 60 team, so that I'm gonna get a lot of swings in. Oh wow, testosterone, that's another thing too. And the only reason I want to talk about this on my 6th video about testosterone is because there's a lot of guys coming up, you know, a lot of 40-year-olds coming up, and they're getting misinformation. And I actually told them, I actually got in on Facebook, they were talking about it, and I cannot believe the people that are not educated on testosterone in men. If you have low testosterone, you're going to turn into a woman. I'm just going to get real fucking blunt here. You're going to gain weight where you don't want to gain weight. You're going to be moody. But I want to get in a whole separate video on that and kind of explain everything that I know about testosterone. I've been doing research in testosterone for 10 years. I've talked to a lot of doctors about it. A lot of you guys saying what's bad on the heart. My cardiologist does not want me to get off testosterone. I'm on testosterone. Been on it for 7 years now, 8 years. It's the best thing that I started on 7 years ago, because I was like a lot of these guys. My testosterone was right at 300 and I was symptomatic at 300. A lot of you guys are telling me you're at 200 and one guy said 75. Holy shit. My lowest that I've been on testosterone, and that's when I ran out and I had to wait to get it from my doctor, had to get it renewed, was 180, and I couldn't hardly get up out of the chair to go get the prescription. That's how bad I felt at 180. And there's a number that they want you at. You got to get in that number. And a lot of you guys are just spewing misinformation about cancer and testosterone. So I'm going to get in a whole separate video about testosterone and why we need it. We've had it most of our life, guys. It wasn't until we got 40 it started to tank, 50 worse, 60 worse. And then a lot of you guys don't understand what's going on with your body. Well, it has a lot to do with testosterone. I want to see if I can go through this a little bit. Pure Sports contacted me. Onyx Bats. Yeah, I think he has something to do with this too. Bubba Blake was contacted in Louisiana, and they're talking about putting out a senior bat. They want us to start swinging them, do some Facebook Live on them, do a video on them, and I say hell yes. Guys, we've been in shutdown. We've been in shutdown for such a long time. 6 months. 6.5 months this shit's been going on. And we ran out of bats to swing. Nobody's sending any bats out. Now everything's starting to open up, and it's going to be toward the end of the year. A lot of people are starting to put stuff out there. And I say, hell yeah. Give us a bat to swing, Facebook Live, something different than what we're swinging right now. Because basically, if you watch the behind the scenes with us, you'll see that we're swinging our game bats and hitting with those. And it's just the OGs. A lot of you guys want to see different shit, and I understand that, but they're not sending us different shit. So, Pure Bats is coming out with a senior bat. Anarchy is coming out with a senior bat. Suncoast is coming out. I told you this in the 2 updates ago. Suncoast is giving me a bat in 2 weeks. Well, come to find out, Suncoast ain't having their bats out till Worlds. So you'll see those either in Utah and or Vegas, which I don't know if they're going to have Vegas open by October. I do hear that the 40s are going to play in Phoenix. That's another thing too, but I really don't know much about the 40s. This is just hearsay, what I hear, and I don't like talking about hearsay until I really know what's going on. But I do hear that I am scheduled to play 50s major this year with Mavericks, and I played with them a lot. Not last year because they weren't playing last year, but the year before that and the year before that. In Vegas, but they're still scheduled to play in Vegas. But I don't know. That's probably something that's going to change later, and that kind of sucks because a lot of you guys want to buy plane tickets now, and you can't buy plane tickets because they made up their fucking mind on where they're going to play. Onyx, the new Onyx Bat. Billy Hudson has went over to Onyx. He's going to have his own signature series bat over there with that new technology they have out. I can't wait to swing that bat and test it out. They have got a woman's bat that they're going to put out, and it's called the Daisy. There's a little bit of video out there on both of those bats, so it's another bat that's coming out that I can't wait to get to. If I don't have them before Utah, I will buy them in Utah, so I'll be coming back with a few bats. Martin Long, and if you guys didn't hear me do a video on this, I want you guys to go to his. It's a Facebook page. It's called Senior Softball Buy, Sell, and Trade. He actually, if you're a member, you can get on there and you can sell gloves, you can sell bats. I've sold a couple of bats on there. He has raffles. If the one thing a lot of you guys do, if you got old bats that you want to sell, you can put those on there. Old gloves. I've actually got a glove from there too. A fielding glove from there. What I need it for, I have no idea. A lot of you guys are asking about my eye. I want to throw this in here. A lot of you guys asking about my eye. My eye has not changed. If anything, it's gotten more clear. The problem with it being more clear, I know it's gotten more clear because I went to the doctor about 2 weeks ago, and I said there's something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. Something's going on because I see different stuff now. I still see the wave, but it's very clear now and it's jagged. Well, they tested my eyesight, and my eyesight was 20. I think it said it was 20/40 about 8 months ago, and now it's 20/25. So the eyesight has gotten better, you know, and that was 2 years ago that I had the surgery. The eyesight has gotten better, but the problem with that is I see everything clear and it's more jagged. When I would look at a Poe, the Poe would just be rounded. Well, now it's jagged, you know, kind of like pixel a little bit. Good part about it is they have this new surgery out that what's causing this. He actually told me the other day, first time he sat down and talked to me about it because he wanted to make sure. He thought it was going to go away, but it didn't go away. It's been 2 years. So come to find out what it is when my macula ripped off the back. That's the back that gathers the light, right? So you have the lens in the front, goes to the back of the eyeball and gathers. My macula got ripped out. So my macula tore in the back. And what they did was they drained the eyeball. They went in there and put it back and lasered it. Like I call it welding, like a MIG welder. Just lasered it and MIG welded all back together. Well, what happened when it folded back together across the macula, it created scar tissue. So I have a film of scar tissue laying across the back of my eyeball. There's a new surgery out, and the only reason that he wants to do this is because the technology is they're going to do a dye in the back of the eye, and a lot of them would just be blindly trying to scrape off the back of your eyeball on the inside that scar tissue off. Well, now they have where they can put a dye in there and know how deep they can go to make sure they got it, and then they'll just suck it out through a tube, and then that's it. They pull back out. They're not going to put an air bubble. It's a 1 month recovery time. They're not going to put an air bubble in it, so it's not 6 months recovery time. And they're going to go in orthoscopically, which they did that the first time. So they're going to put holes in the eyeball. It's weird shit. And then they're going to go in with one with a camera, one with a suction, one with the scraper, and they're just going to scrape it in the back of it. And hopefully that'll take care of the little wave in it and my depth perception, because I can see everything's far away in this eye, everything's normal in this eye. So I see probably around 10 feet further in this eye. So they're thinking that's the magnification of the scar tissue that's in the back of the eye. So I'm going in for surgery in December. After softball's done, I'm going to surgery, 1 month recovery time. So next year I ought to be okay coming back. Hopefully be okay coming back from that. And I think I talked about Suncoast. If not, I'm going to talk about Suncoast again. I don't know if I put it in there. I'm sure Suncoast is coming out in all their bats in worlds. Now, what worlds, I have no idea. If it's the beginning, second week, or third week of worlds, I don't know. They're vague and talking to me about this. And from what I hear, and this is just, I don't like talking about this shit because it's what I hear. It's rumors. The bats. The most I've heard is 9 different types of bats. The least I've heard is 5. So they're coming out with thin handle bats, 1-piece bats, 2-piece bats, balanced. 12-inch barrel, 13-inch barrel, mid loads. So all these bats are supposed to be coming out by worlds. Now, what worlds? I have no idea. First, second, or third week. I do not know. You guys are fixing to go to worlds, and there's a few things I want to talk about before you go. And getting out in the sun, getting out, you guys, and the reason is because I seen this happen when I was in Utah. A lot of you guys getting out there and being cooped up for such a long period of time. You're not used to the heat. You guys get out there and you start playing ball and you're not hydrating. Guys, be careful. I'll tell you exactly what I do when I hydrate. 3 days before tournament, at nighttime, I will drink Pedialyte, 1 bottle Pedialyte. I'm not talking about the big bottle. I'm talking about the one you mix inside the little 8-ounce, I think it's an 8-ounce glass of, 12-ounce glass of the water. I'll mix it in there and I'll drink it at night, and I'll drink 1 in the morning. That's it. I won't drink it during the day. And then I'll drink water. I'll actually fill up with water, and I don't like it. Guys, I'm the worst person at drinking water every day. I am. I'll tell you that right now. If you guys can go to a fusion place and get hydrated before you go and play these tournaments, that would be great. I've done that before too, and that is freaking awesome. Once you start playing, I'll drink a Pedialyte that night and 1 in the morning, and that's it. I don't drink them when I play ball, because if you got to drink a Pedialyte when you're playing ball, you're dehydrated. So what I'll do during the day is I drink water, and I forcibly make myself drink water during the day. So that's another thing too, is guys, you got to stay hydrated. I've seen this last weekend we had a tournament that we throw here in Bernie, right down the street from where I live, and there were a couple of guys that went down because they were dehydrated. So guys, watch it. I mean, and watch a lot of the stuff you guys take, and I'll do a separate video on this. Hopefully I'll get it out before we start playing in a couple of weeks. But a lot of you, and I'll do one on this too, is energy drinks. A lot of you guys watch your energy drinks and what you're drinking. Don't drink too many. We have guys on our team that will drink 1 in the morning, and then that's it. They don't drink them during the day. You know, they're drinking water during the day, but they'll drink 1 in the morning to get them going. I have witnessed a few of you guys drinking them during the day, and that's a big no-no, because they're just really bad for you when you drink them during the day, especially, you know, as old as we are. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but caffeine restricts blood vessels. Drink too much caffeine, it's a restrict. You know, a lot of people, blood pressure will shoot through the roof if they're drinking too much coffee, drinking too much caffeine. It shoot through the roof because the blood vessels will actually contract around your heart, around in your whole body. Your blood vessels will actually contract. So kind of stay away from the, you know, I can see a cup of coffee in the morning to get you going, and that's it. I can see that. I wouldn't do no more than that to get you going. If you got to consume energy drinks, if you're playing ball, and I'm gonna do a separate video on this, but if you guys got to consume energy drinks during the day to play ball, there's a problem. And it's usually with something else that you got to fix, and it could be low testosterone, okay? Because you get tired of shit when your testosterone is around freaking 200, 300. You're tired of shit. You're symptomatic at 400. So that's a different area. But what you're trying to fix that with is energy drinks. You didn't get enough sleep last night. You could have sleep apnea because you haven't had that shit checked. So you're gonna be tired during the day. So what you do is you're drinking all these energy drinks during the day to battle that shit that's going on at night, or battle the low testosterone or the other shit that's going on. You got to be at vitamin deficiency and vitamin B12. I mean, there's so much shit, and you're trying to put these energy drinks in your body because you're tired of shit. Well, there's a reason why you're tired. Let's fix the problem where you're tired of shit. Don't supplement with the energy drinks to get through it and then crash and burn at nighttime, you know? And if you have sleep apnea, I mean, that's another video I want to talk about too, about guys out there with sleep, but don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Don't even know that they have it. I didn't know I had it, and yes, I do have it. So I didn't know I had it. No way. When it came out with my results, I go, no fucking way. Yeah, mine was bad too. So I know how I felt when I had it. So I know what you guys are going through that have been tired of shit during the day. I didn't consume energy drinks. Diet Cokes with me. Man, I would suck down Diet Cokes. I'd drink a 12-pack of Diet Coke, and that's when I drive during the day, and that's not counting what I had when I got home and what I had in the morning. So yeah, I was there. I did it. New bat testing. I'm getting long in this video, ranting and raving about other shit. New bat testing. And after that, I got one more thing to talk about, and then I'm done. New bat testing for seniors. I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but the guy that has been doing the bat testing for umpteen years is retiring. So he's not going to do bat testing anymore. And the way he did it is going to change, because The guy who's taking it over, the company who's taking it over, does it different than what he did it. Now, that being said, the bat testing on senior bats are going to be done different. And I'm going to give you guys a little tip here, like in the stock market. I'm going to give you a little tip, okay? They're going to grandfather all the old stuff in by next year. But the new testing on bats after this year are going to be different. I'm going to recommend that if you guys swing, and I'm not going to promote a bat here. I'm not going to tell you what bat I think, but pick a top 10, my top 10, okay? If you guys swing one of those top 10, you might want to get you one or two more of those, maybe 3, depending on how much you love it, and put them in the garage. That's the only thing I'm saying. just you might want to get that bat because new specs are coming out. Now, those bats will be grandfathered in that you are swinging right now. But going forward, you might want to pick one up somewhere. Somebody's been using it, 10, 15 swings, don't like it, want to get rid of it, and that's your bat. Buy it. Because there's new shit coming out, new testing coming out. And you don't know where it's going to go. I think it's going to go to the worst part. I think it's going to get, they're going to test them the way they test their shit, or the way they test their bats. So that if it's a bat company, way they test their shit, I think it's going to get worse. In other words, it's not going to, the senior bats aren't going to be as hot anymore in the next couple of years. So you might want to stock up on some kind of stuff that you've been swinging. That's just a little tip, stock market tip. I want to talk to you guys about one thing. And if you guys watch my podcast, it's nothing too. I want to start doing these podcasts. I have one coming up with Billy and Bubba. Talk about things. I've got one coming up in Utah. I might have a couple coming up in Utah. Get some guys in there that I want to talk to, and then have my teammates come in there. That went over pretty good. Larry Carter has got a organization. It's called Larry Carter Helping Hands. We have actually, our team has actually donated some money, actually a lot of money, to Larry. Every guy went out there, and Bobby Gilbert started it, and everybody's going to match what Bobby Gilbert was doing, try to get there, to these kids that Larry Carter is trying to help out that can't afford or cannot get a lot of these fast pitch equipments, slow pitch equipments, bats, batting gloves, fielding gloves, and shoes. A lot of that too. He is setting up a GoFundMe page, and I wish I had the website, but I do not have the website because he's working on it right now and he's trying to get it done. And I will have that up on the front page of my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com. That will actually be on my website. You can punch in on that. Just click on it right in the middle, and it will take you to Larry Carter's website, LC Helping Hands, for all these kids out there. And I know you guys, and what we did was we collected a lot of the gloves that we had, shoes that we had. You know, I actually did, the other day I just did this. I ordered a pair of Newman, the shoes that I wear, the pair of Newman, and they were the hard cleat. Well, my dumb ass got on there, paid $60 for them. I ordered them, got them on eBay. I got them in their youth size. They're like this big. They're size 12 in youth. So I was like, damn, there you go, Larry. I boxed it up, gonna send it to Larry for his kids. But just little things you have laying around, you know. I know my wife has some Solomon's shoes that she wore when she played. They're just laying in her closet, you know. I went in there and got some of those. I'm gonna send to Larry. But I know you guys got stuff laying around. I'm gonna put that website up on my website. Like I talked about, you guys can go on there. He's in the process of working it. He's got a GoFundMe page to help these kids out, and it all goes to a very good organization that Larry has that's going on. You will hear a lot more about this as I am running Senior Softball Bat Reviews, and Billy and Bubba's there along with us. This is going to be our main charitable organization that we're going to run through here, because Larry's a hell of a guy, really good guy, and he's doing something for kids, underprivileged kids that can't have what a lot of us do have, or a lot of our kids have, and I think it goes to a great cause. So guys, I'll have that website up on my website here shortly. I talked to Larry about it the other day, and he's going to give me all that information. It'll be up there. Click on it, go help some kids out, and feel good about yourself. Thanks, guys.